Good morning. It is Saturday, June 3rd, 2023. It is 6:52 in my locale. Current temperature is 79 degrees and is a little bit humid. As you can see, we got two things going on. First of all, I'm fully dressed. But our friend, the one I told you is rather ineffective at her job, somehow scheduled me off Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. You know, the days that I said I want to work the busiest days, that's the experience I want. Suddenly, this doesn't seem to be working, so I'll give her 2 shots. Happens again, I'm going to bypass my boss, go to the general manager. Many people would say it's about money. My answer is no, it's about the experience. I want this experience, and if they cannot offer it to me, somebody else will, because I will go and get what I want. Because I'm going to do that, because I can go and get what I want. I'm not just going to let somebody hand it to me. So, the good news is that means I'll be at both podcasts today, just like the old days. So you'll see me at 12 and 6 over at Jack's. So there's a bright spot there. It is, again, it's almost 10 to 7 a.m. I have already had my coffee. I have already started the laundry. I have already taken Queso out for a walk. It did rain last night, so there were some skeeters out there. And I have about 2 or 3 projects to do here. Very small. I just have to go get the stuff and take care of it. And I have to study for at least 2 hours this morning. So that's not bad. If I can do it, mosquito, if I can do it, I'm going to try to move my awning over. Apparently your awning can shift, so that the arms where your awning comes out like this can be out of alignment. So I'm going to, since I have a ladder outside, I'm going to set it up, and I'm going to try to remove those screws and move my awning over. Watched a couple of videos on it, so that'll give me something mechanical to do. The other thing is I put a screw in here. I am going to dehydrate all those carrots in my fridge today. I'm going to cut the bottoms. I'm going to save the tops. They're going to get planted, because for some reason I have very tricky luck with carrots. We're going to try it again. And, we're going to see what happens. I think I'm going to hang them up. I got a couple of hanging pots. We're going to try it that way to see if we can get them started. The lettuce I've got, it sprouts and then it dies. And then it sprouts and then it dies. And so I'm not sure that it's bad seed or what. But if it doesn't sprout by tomorrow, I'm going to put it all in the compost pile with the potatoes, and I'm going to start my aero garden again, and I'm going to do lettuce and probably tomato. I keep busy. All right, so since we are going to go out of order today, because somebody's awake because he went for a walk. Oh, and I emptied my gray tank. The obligatory case of you. Did you help empty the gray tank? Tell everybody. What did you do? Was it moral support? Yes, yes. He just kind of stood there while I flipped the hatches. I had to hook the hose up again. I am debating. I don't like the hose hangers. The supports. I don't like them, and they always tend to break and all that. I've seen some other opportunities, other options for that. I think what I might do is take the hose off the elbow and put the cap on the elbow and leave the elbow there. And then put the hose under the rig. That way it's protected from sun, rain, wind, and all that. It's got a shelter. And then when I need to take it out, just haul the hose out and put it on the elbow. Because I have the caps. I have both sets of caps for either end. But let's start today with moving this over here. Let's start with our daily Zen poem. Oh, wow. Remember, I set it up and then I look. I don't look ahead of time. Talking about food won't make you full. Babbling about clothes won't keep out the cold. A bowl of rice is what fills the belly. It takes a suit of clothing to make you warm. And yet, without stopping to consider this, You complain the Buddha is hard to find. Turn your mind within. There he is. Why look for him abroad? Han Shan. That's almost like my mother talking, for lack of better terms, you know. We can talk about dinner all we want until we cook dinner, and that's how you eat. We can talk about the laundry not being done until you do it. Then it's clean. This is right there, and of course, Buddha here, not out there. This is my mom talking. We can, and this is one of the biggest problems in society we have right now. We can yap, and call each other names, sometimes rightfully so, or sometimes just accurately identifying the situation, but it doesn't do anything. If you're hungry and you want to discuss breakfast, that's great. Until somebody flipping cooks and you eat, it's not done. It's not what fills the belly. We can talk about, again, doing the laundry. Oh, the laundry so much. We have so much laundry. And I lived that world. I lived in mountains of laundry. Not my laundry. But my answer was always the same. When is this going? Can I get this done? Because I'm here. No. Well, when's it going to get done? Oh, I'm going to do it. Most important thing we've ever learned. Get a commitment and get a deadline. Those are from David Allen, for those of you who are following. I'm going to do the laundry. Great, you're going to do it. When will it be done? I don't know. Then you haven't made a commitment. And you're just yap. You know, when you see something in your environment, for example, that you know is wrong, that you know is hurting others, that you know is breaking the 3 unwritten rules, never hurt animals, old people, or children intentionally. If you don't step up and do something about it, or you don't walk away from that nonsense, you're just sitting there shouting at crazy zombie people. And let's face it, it is June 3rd. We're going to be dealing with some pretty screwed up people for quite a bit. Learn to say no and learn to walk away. Remember our favorite phrase. The more horseshit you accept, the more you're going to get. Turn around and call it what it is. Remember, rice fills the belly. Nope. Sorry. This is the wrong thing. This is the wrong thing for everybody. Go home. Leave us alone. The rest of us are going to get on with our day. Don't accept horseshit. On a happier note, we'll do a daily room pull. And okay, I have to flip it over because I'm pulling it pointing to the left. So for you, it's going to be pointing right. So I pulled it this way. That is Thorisaz, the thorn. Patience. The book is falling apart. Gateway, place of non-action, the god Thor. A quickening of your development is indicated here. That's a good thing. Even when the growth process accelerates, you must sometimes halt along the way to reconsider the old and integrate the new. Very important. Always reanalyze. Don't stare at your own navel, but reanalyze the situation as it stands. Take advantage of these halts. If you have to stop, that's important. If you're told to stop, tell them to screw off. You get to set the pace and the tone. If you are undergoing difficulties, remember the quality of your passage depends upon your attitude and the clarity of your intention. That makes a lot of sense. If you're having troubles, okay, remember, how are you going to manage your emotional state through those troubles? Because remember, your emotions key into your actions. If you're a goddamn lunatic, you're really not going to be the best auto mechanic, right? Be certain you are not suffering over your suffering. True. When you draw this in a reversed rune, it demands contemplation on your part. Hasty decisions at this time may cause regrets, for the probabilities that you will act from weakness, deceive yourself about your motives, and create new problems more severe. Impulses must be tempered by thought for correct procedure. Let me read that one again because I want to let you know. Impulses must be tempered by thought for correct procedure. We've had this conversation before. One more time for the cheap seats and the guy behind the fire hydrant. Emotions are fine. They are shitty tools to make decisions, and they are bad ways to move through life because emotions change constantly. Therefore, they are not solid. And if they are not solid, there is nowhere for you to make effective decisions to take care of you and then others that you choose to take care of. Do not attempt to go beyond where you have not yet begun. Be still, collect yourself, and wait on the will of heaven. You'll know when it is time to go and do something. And I agree with that wholeheartedly. Okay? You'll know when there is a time for you to act and not to act. That is the mark of the true spiritual warrior. When I see people acting jerky at work, instead of trying to... Gosh darn, another mosquito. Sorry. Instead of trying to educate or correct them, my most important thing I can do is turn around and walk away. They're not going to listen. They're not going to reanalyze. They're not going to whatever. And this is in anywhere in your life. You go to the grocery store and you see somebody having a tantrum in aisle 4. Don't try to console them. Don't put your hand on their hand and go, you poor sweet baby. Turn around and go down aisle 5. Don't get involved in their nonsense, because then you're going to start accepting their horse shit, and then you're going to get a whole lot more of it. You don't deserve that. You're a good person. You're thinking. You're a thinking person, not a feeling person. You want to deal with people that are feeling and who hate you? You can go outside all day long. Heck, they're taking an entire group of people and they're just turning them right against you because you're normal. So, hey, you can have that all day long, or do what I do. Turn around and go, nah, I don't care what your jerky is. Nah, no, and never apologize. Just turn around and go, I have something important to take care of. Walk right around them, go, let them stomp and scream. Anybody who's a parent who's watching this knows the minute you give in to a toddler's tantrum, you're going to get another tantrum. So you just don't do it. Okay, so you're not asleep yet, are you? No. Little book. If you know the field and day of battle, you can traverse 1,000 kilometers and assemble to engage in combat. If you do not know the field nor day of battle, then the left flank cannot aid the right, nor can the right flank aid the left. The front cannot aid the rear, and the rear cannot aid the front. How much more so when the distant are some tens of kilometers away and the near several kilometers apart? Thus I say victory can be achieved. Though the enemy is more numerous, they can be forced not to fight. Let's think about that. If you know the time and place that you're going to fight, which is an important function, okay, you can set up and win. If you don't, then your groups, your troops, even you can't fight. You don't know which side to go on. You don't know where to head off to. And this is more important the further off they are. Remember the old hermits out in the middle of nowhere, and I mean officially nowhere, okay, then when they're right up close. Okay, so let's put this together. Poem. Okay, talking about food won't make you full. Food makes you full. That is a reality-based function. I feel, but you have to give me. No. Food makes you full. Work gets stuff done. Clothes make you warm. Nonsense, horseshit, feelings, throw them out. They don't. That is not the rice for your belly. Our rune talks very gently about how, you're working, you're getting stuff done. Be careful. You might have to pause a minute, reconsider. Plans are plans because you have to have a plan. If you're not, and there it goes. My second wife was like, she never had a plan. She was always running from fire to fire to fire. So she was always taking care of little things, but the big stuff would just disappear because she could never take care of it. I woke up this morning at 4:15. I sat down with my first cup of coffee, and the first thing I did was had a plan. Keep it flexible. Don't go beyond where you can't. There's something I have to do on my rig, and you know what? I've got enough information, but at the same time, if it looks like it is beyond my situation, I'm going to stop. And I'm going to go and find a more experienced hand or a bigger brain and pick that for a while until I am ready to accomplish that next part of the plan. Have a plan, keep it flexible. Our book tells us if you know where you're going to fight, if you know what you're going to do, where and when you're going to do it, you're going to win. Okay, because you're going to win. You've got the terrain covered. You've got the time and the place. If you don't have the time or the place, okay, you don't know any of these factors, then there's no way you can actually implement your plan to get things done. And it says, doesn't matter whether it's far away or near, none of that matters. The answer is you have to understand what's going on around you. The fancy-dancy term is called situational awareness in order for you to move through that particular process effectively and gain victory. But other than that, is you asleep? Come here. Oh, he's half asleep. Oh, he's going to go back to sleep before I eat him. There he goes. You get a second case of view of the day. Do anything nice to see the nice people? He was almost asleep. And you know what? In about 12 minutes, 15 minutes, I got to go and get my laundry and put it in the dryer. So he's probably going to wake up and want to go for a stroll again because for some reason he likes to go walk to the laundry room. It's not a very long walk, maybe 50 feet. And he likes to stand on top of one of the washers and dryers while I sort things out. He's a very strange dude. But then again, so am I. Alright, I am going to put him down. I am going to get at the laundry in a moment. Then I will probably feed the big guy. And then I'm going to, thank you. And then I'm going to start studying. I got about an hour or two of study to tackle and take care of. And then I will see you all at 12 at Jack's and at 6. It's going to be one of those days. So again, don't forget feelings. You can't eat a feeling. Rice fills the belly. Clothes make you warm. Your feelings. Get to work and get it done. Number 2, remember that sometimes that plan you're going to have, you might have to stop. Put a pause button on that. That's okay. Reconsideration is fine. Navel gazing, not fine. Number 3, if you know where you're going to go at that enemy, that thing you want to tackle, time, date, place, all that, you're going to win. You don't have all those pieces on your plan, you're not going to be able to do it. Your left hand won't know what your right hand's doing. Your left flank won't know what your right flank is doing. So, all of these things put together tell me the same thing. And I hope they're telling you the same thing. Don't put up with bullshit. Have an effective plan to get things done. Know where you're going with all of these things and use your reals, not your feels, for anything. The minute you put your emotions or your heart into a decision-making process, you're automatically on the losing side. Losing side. And remember, if you don't take care of you, nobody else will. Thanks, Mom. And are they like-minded? Do they share my values? Do they have something to offer? Or no, hit the road. You're not tried. I will see many of you at noon. If I do not see you, have a fantastic Saturday and get something done.